Okay, let us start with second AV. A few days later, my most sensitive toe was trampled on rather heavily as I sat reading on the top of a bus. Toe, toe means part of the foot, fingers of the foot, पायाची बोट is called as toe. Toe was trampled on rather heavily. Trampled on means crush under feet. Trampled on rather heavily as I sat reading on the top of a bus. I look up with some anger and more agony. Agony means anguish or pain, vedana, dukkha, agony. And saw my friend of the cheerful countenance. Countenance means face, chehra, cheerful face. Sorry, sir, he said, I know these are heavy boots. Got them because my own feet get trod. Trod means to walk on. Trod on so much, and now I am treading on other people's. Treading means to walk on. I am treading on other people's. Hope I didn't hurt you, sir. He had hurt me, but he was so nice about it that I assured him if he had not. After this, I began to observe him whenever I boarded his bus and found a curious pleasure in the constant good nature of his bearing. He seemed to have an inexhaustible means unlimited, अमर्यादित, in, inexhaustible fund of patience and a gift for making his passengers comfortable. I noticed that if it was raining, he would run off the stairs to give someone the tip that there was a room inside. With old people, he was as considerate as a son, and with children as solicitous. Solicitous means caring or concern, काळजी घेणारा, solicitous, as a father. He had evidently a peculiarly warm place in his heart for young people and always indulged in some merry jest. Jest means to joke, विनोद करणं, थट्टा करणं with them. If he had a blind man on board, it was not enough to set him down safely on the pavement. He would call to Bill in front to wait while he took him across the road or round the corner or otherwise safely on his way. In short, I found that he irradiated such an atmosphere of good temper and kindliness that a journey with him was a lesson in natural courtesy and good manners. Irradiated means spread or produce, निर्माण करणे, spread or produce, irradiated. In this paragraph, writer he finding no coins at all in his pockets. He tells the conductor that he must go back home to fetch some money. At this, the conductor tells him that he doesn't need to get off. Soon after, it so happened that the same conductor accidentally stepped on the author's toe, causing him much pain. The cheerful conductor was quick to apologize, saying that he had got those heavy boots on because his toes were often trod on. Yet, ironically, he himself was now stepping on people's toes. Here, Gardiner gives the effect of politeness and how good behavior produces good behavior. From that incident onwards, the author begins to take note of the polite conductor and his actions. He seems to have a limitless supply of patience and goodwill towards his passenger, as caring as a son to the elderly and as a father to children. He goes out of his way to make passengers comfortable. In this way, the polite conductor always spread such a good temper and kindliness that Gardiner says that a journey with him taught one what natural courtesy and good manners were. Now we move to next paragraph. What struck me particularly was the case with which he got through his work. If bad manners are if bad manners are infectious, so also are good manners. If we encounter incivility, most of us are appropriate. Appropriate means suitable. To become uncivil, but it is unusually uncouth. Uncouth means impolite, unrefined, असभ्य या अर्थाने uncouth. Uncouth person who can be disagreeable with sunny people. It is with manners as with the weather. Nothing clears up my spirits like a fine day, said Keats, and a cheerful person descends on even the gloomiest opus. Here, descends, descends means to go or come down. खाली येणे या अर्थाने descends on even the gloomiest unhappy gloomiest opus with something of the benediction means a blessing आशीर्वाद वरदान या अर्थाने of a fine day. So it was always fine weather on the polite conductor's bus and his own civility, his conciliatory address. Conciliatory means trying to win friendly feelings. Conciliatory means trying to win friendly feelings. मैत्रीपूर्ण वागणं त्याला म्हणतात कॉन्सिलेटरी. कॉन्सिलेटरी ॲड्रेस अँड गुड ह्युमर्ड बिअरिंग infected his passengers in lightening their spirits. He lighted his own task. He lightened his own task. His gaiety, that means joy. His gaiety was not a wasteful luxury, but a sound investment. In this paragraph, Gardiner tells us the benefit of good behavior. The polite conductor never had any difficulty in doing his work, just as a rudeless got rudeness. Likewise, a sunny nature got pleasantness in others. The poet Keats had claimed that he always felt cheerful when the weather was sunny, and says Gardiner, cheerful people come to us like the blessing of sunny weather. Obviously, the atmosphere inside this particular conductor's bus was always pleasant. His politeness, his readiness to accommodate, his pleasant manner of conducting himself resulted in making his passengers happy, which in turn made his own work easy. That is why Gardiner points out that his politeness was not a waste but a very good investment. Now, next paragraph. I have missed him from my bus route of late, but I hope that only means that he was carried his sunshine onto another road. It cannot be too widely diffused in a rather drab world. Drab means not interesting. Not interesting. कंटाळवाणं वृक्ष. And I make no apologies for writing panegyric on an unknown bus conductor. Panegyric means a speech or piece of writing to praise someone highly. It is called as panegyric. एक स्तुतीपर भाषण जे आहे त्याला पॅनिजेरिक असं म्हणतात. Panegyric on an unknown bus conductor. If Wordsworth could gather lessons of wisdom from the poor leech gatherer, here reference is given, the poor leech gatherer. The subject of Wordsworth poem Resolution and Independence, or the leech gatherer. Leech, here leech means a blood sucking worm used in bleeding. त्याला आपण जळू असं म्हणतो, leech. On the lonely moor. Moor stands for, moor means tract of wasteland. एक दलदलीची जागा किंवा ओसाड भाग त्याला मूर असं म्हणतात. I see no reason why lesser people should not take lessons in conduct from one who shows how a very modest calling may be dignified. Dignified means respectable, pratisthit, thor या अर्थाने dignified by good temper and kindly feeling. In this paragraph, I have missed him. In this paragraph, the writer said about polite conductor who is no longer on his route. The author hopes that it means that he has carried his cheerfulness to another route. The world at large is a rather dull place, he says, and so much cheerfulness needs to be spread as widely as possible. Moreover, Gardiner is not apologetic about writing a piece in praise of an unknown conductor. He feels that just as William Wordsworth, the English romantic poet, could learn lesson from that humble leech gatherer and the lonely moor, ordinary people too could learn from a man who elevated his modest job through good temper and kindness. Okay, here we will stop.